Did you play video games 35 years ago in the local arcade or on your Atari set at home? Remember how thrilled you felt zapping into oblivion those enemy spaceships in Galaga, or Galaga, or whatever it was called? Or slicing up the snakes and other obstacles in Dragon's Lair? I don't care that I'm aging myself, stick with me. I mean, those digital means are analogous to what the architects of modern global financial warfare scheme up in the way of fiscal threats in foreign nations and markets, only to later promise to zap them down themselves, thereby drawing said nations back into a compliant, obedient fold, literally programming in perceived threats for an emerging market nation's populace in order to get them riled up, only to then propose effective means for doing away with said nemesis using exclusively available tools, such as, say, the dollar as king global currency benchmark to tie the ruble, yuan, lira, rial, bolivar, or other currency against. Well, imagine the video game with glitches or with malfunctioning code. You'd walk away toward a better game. One where the rules worked consistently and perhaps, quote-unquote, winning involved not simply obtaining a high score, but a tangible prize like a toy or tokens you walked away with. In the geopolitical equivalent, the quote-unquote better game is being designed by the global East and South, by Eurasian giants like Russia, China, Iran, Turkey, and their growing list of multi-hemispheric partners who are sick of absorbing wanton economic sanctions and currency wars as if they're weary participants in a morbid collective video game, like Jeff Bridges in Tron, or Keanu in The Matrix. Yes, I'm old, I know. In this 26th episode of Money and Fear, and as always, in the show's detailed show notes listed under the videos on our website, expect a detailed review of the massive economic and financial stakes underlying threats, sanctions, currency assaults, and related acts of hostility from an anxious, desperate Atlanticist establishment against rapidly scurrying, agile, and increasingly cross-collaborative nations in the global East and South. We'll question the means used to punish nations straying from the Washington Consensus, the responses from these nations, and the critical roles of the US dollar versus rising rival currencies at the center of this long game of perception and confidence. If you're not a NewsBud member yet, please join and tell others. It costs practically nothing, yet gives you information you're not supposed to know, thus empowering you to stay ahead of the herd and to think like these financial alchemists nationwide and globally tend to think. The time is now to support independent, nonpartisan media, so please consider joining the worldwide NewsBud community today and tell other genuinely curious friends and family out there as well. Thanks so much.